what is your vision to further crash that down and get as many more, youths involved in building our economy?
So before I answer that, I would like to on a few things that Hamza said while making his own submission. Firstly, regarding the youth conference, there will be updates very, very soon. Mr. President is very committed to keeping his word. He is a leader who is very concerned about young people. And as I rightly noted, it's the first time that young people specifically have been invited to, speak their minds and offer their insights on how to develop this country and build the country that we all call home. So regarding the conference, I would like to assure Hamza and other young people who are expectant, on behalf of the Honorable Minister for Youth Development, Honorable Ayodele Olawande, that work is ongoing and there will be updates very soon. The Minister has been working relentlessly as well to ensure that we're able to get the conference done very soon.
Is there a timeline?
There is, but I would want the Minister to speak regarding that himself. So I certainly will be communicating that to him as well, but it's something that should happen within the first quarter of this year. Yes, God willing. So efforts are really, really on. The Minister is working tirelessly. Mr. President is very concerned and see it get done as soon as possible. So that much I can confirm, and I would like to assure our young people of that. Regarding economic empowerment for young people especially, there's really no way you talk about youth development without talking about economic empowerment. And there's something one of our leaders in the political sphere defined as stomach infrastructure. If you want to talk about to people about citizenship and about their responsibilities to their country, it's important that they're empowered, and that's been a major priority for this administration as well. And we're not just looking at empowerment from the angle of handouts or things that will not last. We're looking at actual strategic investments in our young people especially. We all know, the current economic situation. There actually have been a number of initiatives aimed at different subsets of the population and especially young people. There is a nano grant for small businesses, for nano businesses across the country that so many people have benefited from. There's also the fund by the Bank of Industry at single-digit interest rates for young business owners. The ministry as well, Nigerian Investment Fund, which was announced a couple of months ago, and which we also should have feedback on quite soon by God's grace. And there are quite a number of other initiatives. There's a 3 million technical talents program by the
Digital Economy
Ministry. And what that is doing is to help develop young people's potentials, especially considering the fact that we have a global market for IT skills, and there is no reason why Nigeria cannot be the leading provider of service and of talent when it comes to that. So there's a National Talent Exports Programs, there's the iDice program for the creative sector. There's quite a lot of work that is ongoing by this administration, and it really shows our commitment to young people, not just when it comes to issues like policies, but also when it comes to economic empowerment, because that is what eventually will close the gap. As our young people are more economically empowered and they are more able to assert themselves, build their futures, set up and be comfortable, it helps them as well when we say, okay, these are matters of nation building, matters of citizenship and leadership, and we want you to participate in this. They're more willing to listen and to actually take it more seriously. However, I would also like a situation where the efforts being made at the federal level are also supported, complemented by efforts at the state level. And that's where I really think a lot of our young people also need to engage more at that level, because we found that when it comes to youth groups generally, and I think it's a general issue with citizens, there's a lot of attention on what is happening at the federal government. What is the president doing? What is the minister doing? But we don't see the same level of attention being paid to developments at state level. We've seen a number of states invest resources in initiatives for young people, but I would not say that the effort has been entirely commensurate to the kind of efforts being made at the federal level.
You mentioned You mentioned the 3 million digital economy, and I'm wondering, of course, foundation was in 2014. What do you hope to see with that?
So we've had a number of young people, they've had different cohorts, and there have been a number of young people who have gone through the training, and others who are...
That's digital...
Yes, the 3 program. That's the digital trainings one, and then there's there's NITSTA as well. So there are a number of agencies under that ministry that also offer different kinds of trainings for young people. So there's NITSTA that does a lot of trainings as well. And then you also find that within the budget, when it comes to youth initiatives, particularly for for instance. There is essentially every ministry or every MDA tends to have programs that are targeted at young people. So there's this thing that's recently been introduced by the Special Assistant on Youth Initiatives, Monitoring and Development. She also works very closely with the leadership of the Youth Ministry, and it's a dashboard. And what the dashboard does is to aggregate youth initiatives being done by all these different MDAs, so young people know where the opportunities are, how to apply for those initiatives, how to benefit from them. Because they're quite, if you look through the budget proposals for different agencies, you're very likely to find something targeted at young people that is related to the work that they do. So there's also a need to aggregate all of that to know what exactly is happening for young people, how much exactly is being invested in young people, and that's something that her office has been able to achieve since she was appointed.
All right.